I'm trying to come up with a name for me. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna call myself. Muddy Raindrops. No, I'm gonna call myself. Let me find
We're
it.
live, brother.
Cool. Howdy, everybody.
Is this working?
I think so. I think we're live, man. Howdy, everyone. Ain't nobody here, but howdy anyway. Somebody here.
I got Nana's hotspot, so I can have the interwebs and make sure things are
Well,
working.
what I did a while ago, I tell you what now. This is funny. It's funny. I went a while ago to get my hat. Couldn't get my hat. I was trying to find my straw hat. I got an old straw hat. I like that straw hat. Put me a straw hat on, come in here and educate everybody on how well college football is doing right now, and also about how stupid. And I'm gonna take this off. I want to talk about something real quick. How stupid the basketball refs are in women's basketball after that West Virginia Iowa basketball game, and the West Virginia could have won that game, and the referees took them right out of the game. I mean, just took them out. They were shutting down Caitlin. Caitlin couldn't do much that night at all. They were all over them players to covering them defensively. It was a great physical game. But guess what? Both teams were physical. But the problem is West Virginia gets nearly 30 fouls, and that team gets nearly 7, I think. I think they got 7 fouls the whole game. They shot 5 foul shots. West Virginia got to shoot 5 foul shots the whole night. West Virginia got to shoot, right? They were 3 for 5 from the field, from the foul line. And they had 27 foul shots, 27 of 30 or something. I mean, that's 22 points, right? You tell me the referees didn't decide that game when they're throwing them on the line every time you turn around, when you're calling charges and taking baskets away. That's a lot of points, and West Virginia could have won that game, and it really pissed me off. But I can't complain about it too much. I guess it's what that's the only thing you can expect when you don't. West Virginia is not known as a power basketball program in women's basketball, but at the same time, we are still a good good basketball program in women's basketball. We got a great head coach now in Kellogg. He's doing an amazing job at West Virginia University, and it's just a damn shame that the referees played God and decided who was going to move on in this tournament instead of the better team moving on. Because I really believe West Virginia was the better team.
Yeah. The names, Joey, the names just confused the hell out of me. You got a coach with the name of a breakfast cereal, and then I thought Caitlin was like, it was Caitlyn Jenner's son that was playing ball, but it was she had a ponytail, and she was not Caitlyn Jenner, any relation to Caitlyn Jenner. It's different Caitlyn, but I thought she looked. Man, everybody's talking her up like she's Larry Bird 2.0, but
I know it. Somebody told me the night they said that same thing. They said about
Pistol Pete.
They said that's Caitlyn. It's Caitlyn, but not Caitlyn Jenner. It's a prettier Caitlyn. Well, I see her. I don't know about that. I think Caitlyn Jenner might be a little bit prettier.
I was watching Caitlyn Jenner swing the golf clubs, and those guys on YouTube that like heckle. They were heckling Caitlyn, and Caitlyn was just like, yeah. And Caitlyn Jenner is one of the coolest chicks. I would want to hang out with Caitlyn Jenner, okay? Because I remember eating her cereal, or when it was his cereal, on the Wheaties back in the day, and I think Caitlin's just a cool chick, but Catlin Clark is a crying, whining, entitled. Her dad's even giving her a rash of crap and rash of shit because he knows that she's acting up, and she's too big for her britches, as my grandma used to say. Yeah, I'm talking about you. So yeah, Nana is upstairs, and she's engaged with watching. She's watching the new Hawaii 5-0, thinking that Tom Selleck's going to show up. And every time I show her Blue Bloods with the real Tom Selleck, she won't believe that that's him. She's like, that's an old man.
Yeah. I tell you, I'm just looking around. I was trying to figure out. So we got Summer Olympics coming up here real soon.
Yeah.
I like the Olympics. I like the
I
Olympics.
do too.
I love the Olympics. I prefer the Winter Olympics because I like to sit back and watch hockey. I like to watch. I like to watch curling. I love to watch curling.
Oh
And
yeah,
sit there. Yeah,
they kind of do
it's
this.
like you ever go to the bar and play shuffleboard? I love to play shuffleboard.
I have a shuffleboard here. Yeah.
And so curling's sort of
Want to see my shuffleboard?
Yeah, let's
I
see
got
it.
a shuffleboard. You see it?
I'm damn. Hell yeah.
It's a big from Dave and Buster's, man. And then I got a Coke cooler.
Come up there and play.
I got a Coke cooler from the 40s. It's all Nana's. It's not mine. It's Nana's.
You got a regular old mink.
I'm at Nana's rocking it, because she got the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you're down in her basement, ain't you?
Yeah, I am rocking the Wi-Fi, heckling her fish. You can't get me through the glass. Hey, Kelly McCourt.
Would you prefer to be called Pete? Would you prefer to be called Pete or Pittsburgh Pete?
They call me Punksy Pete, but it confuses people that aren't from Pittsburgh. So some people call me Pittsburgh Pete, but I don't live in Pittsburgh. I live in the country. But I moved away from Punksy because there's too many Amish up there, and I'm scared of Amish. Anybody that doesn't wear buttons and doesn't like electricity kind of creeps me out, man.
Yeah.
My parents like the Amish. They're friends with them.
So you put out a video the other day, and I want you to promote that video. That's an awesome video.
Shane.
I put that on, and I'm gonna tell you, I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. I was like, I was trying to.
There's a lot to take in,
absorb it all.
Yeah.
And it was tough.
You know what, Joey? I think 6th grade is when I got my dad bod, and about 7th grade I got a couple whiskers, but they started on the back and kind of went up here. And the reason I growed it all in is because my nose hairs and ears hairs were lonely, so they're having a little family reunion,
Oh my gosh! Well, I don't know. I like the hair. So you're going to let it grow longer. I think you'll probably.
No, I have to keep it cut.
Yeah.
I have to keep it shoulder length because people from the back think I'm a chick. I don't want that to happen. Me and Joe Green, when I was like 5 or 6, thought I was a little girl, and it kind of ruined me. And I can understand people that have the gender identity issues because I wasn't about to correct Mean Joe Green. I just wanted a Coke and a smile, maybe give me a jersey.
Yeah. Did he throw you a jersey?
Yeah, he gave me an autograph and told me told my mom that I had a pretty little girl, and I was confused as all hell.
Oh yeah, they confused you really bad, then yeah. So,
yeah.
Right. Kelly McCourt, man, Kelly, appreciate you being here, brother. Always,
Kelly.
I like old Kelly. Now, Kelly, we have a special guest with us tonight, Pittsburgh Pete or
Punksy
Pete,
filling in for Shane.
We all know Punxsutawney Phil. We all know that, but this is Punksy Pete.
Punxsutawney Phil.
And
so I grew up there, and there's not much around there. It's a lot like West Virginia. So, but I think West Virginia fans are whiny and complain a lot.
I don't know. Do you get like when you live up there in Punxsutawney? Do you wake up and like get the whole day to just correct everything you did wrong the day before because it's really the same day? And so you could just make things better?
No, that's Joe Paterno. He used to do that.
Yeah. Joe Paterno did that.
Yeah. He used to.
So you
he'd say, there are going to be 6 more weeks of winning football or 6 more weeks until we win a national championship. That's what he used to say all the time. Yeah, Penn State fans, they think they're all about that. They still think it's Joe.
I think that if I moved up there, it would just be Groundhog Day every day.
And it is Groundhog Day.
Yeah, you just have to listen to that radio talking about this damn groundhog seeing its shadow.
Yeah,
and I don't want to live that every day.
Yeah, coal mine towns, 80s music, and lots of Camaros and Fox body Mustangs, and lots of hot chicks that sing karaoke's on Wednesday nights.
Now, is it true that that groundhog lives better than most people do?
Yeah, it just had babies. If you Google that, it just had babies. I don't. I thought they hatched eggs, but they have babies.
Are there any homeless people in Punxsutawney?
I don't know. A lot of people couch surf, I reckon.
You know,
yeah, a lot of people couch surf.
Because I hear that they really take good care of that damn groundhog up there, and he's got a nice place. It's heated and air conditioned and everything. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, what about their homeless? Do they take care of their homeless too? Because I'm sure they spend quite a bit of money on this damn rats.
I don't know any guys that like guys. I just know maybe, you know, Punxsutawney has lots of different people, but I don't know of any homelesses. Yvette Stowers. Yeah. Oh, hey, that's your wife, right?
That is my wife.
That's awesome.
Unless I put my hat on. Now, when I find my straw hat, I'm sorry, Ethel is my wife. Ethel's my wife. When I put on my straw hat,
yeah,
Ethel and I go way back, and you know, we're really in love. Me and Ethel are.
Yeah.
I showed everybody a picture of Ethel, but I don't want to get the stream shut down. So the only one I have of her is in a bathing suit, laying on the couch, and she's mighty sexy. So I don't want to get that.
Is she doing like the George Costanza pose?
Well, yeah, and she's
like on the bearskin rug.
And there's rolls rolling down her belly. I mean, I could just cuddle up in them, you know, just snuggle up in Ethel.
Yeah. That's how cottage cheese is made. I saw it on Discovery Channel. Swear.
Yeah, Ethel's my main squeeze. Now, when I'm not got my straw hat on though, Yvette is my true love.
Yeah.
And 24 years of marriage this month. We'll be married for 24 years.
Wow.
So next year is the silver anniversary. So I think I've got to find a silver dollar.
Was your wedding song "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal?
What was our damn wedding song?
"Kiss from a Rose."
No, I don't believe that was it. Hell, I can't remember what our wedding song was now. Shit.
Maybe Baja Blast will sponsor us, huh? This stuff is.
We danced a lot back then. Me and Yvette were kind of fun when we got married. We were both kind of wild. We both kind of run around, bar hops, you know, stuff like that and things. We were both divorced. We had both been divorced for 3 years. We had both been married to our previous for 10 years. So, hey, we took those 3 years and ran around and had fun after our divorces. And then me and her met up and kind of hit it off and got married.
Where'd you meet her at?
Actually, when I first got divorced and she first got divorced, one of my good friends said, I want you to meet somebody. And I said, okay. And I went over to her house.
What was his name?
Yvette.
Oh, it was a girl?
No, it was a girl.
It was Yvette.
Her name was Wendy. And so she wanted me to meet Yvette. Now, I go over there and Yvette shows up and me and Yvette didn't hit it off at all. We didn't have two words to say to each other. We never talked. We just didn't hit it off. So 3 years later, I'm at the Moose Lodge. I was an officer.
Oh, you're a Moose. Or Meese.
Yeah, I'm an officer at the Moose. I've been a state officer, district officer, international officer, everything in the Moose. So I was at the Moose Lodge one night, and we had a new bartender, and I knew we had a new bartender. She had been there for a few nights, but she walked up to me, and she said, "You're Joey Foster." And I said, "Well, you're real perceptive, you know." Yeah, that's exactly who I am. Yeah, but no. Anyway, I said, "Yeah, I'm Joey." And she said, "You don't remember me?" She said, "We met a few years back at Wendy's house, and Wendy wanted us to get together and go out. And it wasn't right for us at the time, but at that time, it was right for us. And we just got to talking. The next thing you know, we went out to breakfast, and then, gosh,
Joey,
we started.
You must have lost your asshole card. You must have had an asshole card and didn't know it in your wallet, and it kind of went by the wayside. And then all of a sudden, Yvette's like, "Hey, this guy doesn't have an asshole card, right?"
Yeah. That's about how it was. So Yvette and I, we our first date. Well, when we went out for breakfast that night, that was Halloween night, October Halloween night in 1999, and we got married in April of 2020. So we were only together for 6 months, and we got married. We just hit it off really good. Been married now for 24 years this year. and we never really argue. I mean, we have our
Yeah,
stats, but we don't argue. We get along about everything. We agree
yeah.
pretty much about everything, and then just we have a great marriage. So
Is she a Mountaineer fan?
she is a Mountaineer fan. She is a true blue
Is
Mountaineer
she from
fan.
Beckley? I'm not getting personal, but is
She's
she from Southern West Virginia or is she?
she yeah, she's not from Beckley. She's from Beckley area, but she was
Okay.
outside of Beckley. Yeah.
Yeah, those Bluefield
She was
girls will
born
leave
and
you with a
raised.
rash.
She
I
was
hear.
born and raised in Farico,
Oh,
West Virginia. You know where Farico is?
Farco.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say that in a Pittsburgh accent. Farco.
Farico. You got to have
Fire.
you got to. I'd have to bring your bed in and let her say it.
Farco.
You got to hear the accent. The
Farco.
Farco.
Farco. I can't say that.
Yeah.
So we had when I
Farco.
was filling in for you and Shane, I had Mark from Steelers Nation Australia on. He was in the comments, and he's a funny guy. Steelers Nation Australia, and I don't know how they have Steelers fans in Australia, but I don't know. I'm thinking.
I know a lot of Australian people.
I want to know. I want to know where's did we lose Kelly? Because I want to see if Kelly saw Roadhouse yet.
Oh yeah, Kelly, did you see Roadhouse yet?
I don't know. We'll have to see. I watched it, and I tell you what, I don't. Jury's out. It was like cotton candy or like eating Chinese food. As soon as you get in the parking lot, you either have to take a shit or you're hungry again. So I haven't decided if I have to take a shit or raised in Fart Cole, West Virginia. Okay, okay.
Fart Cole.
Maybe she knows about that bridge that got hit.
It's Farico, but it's pronounced Farico. Yvette was in Baltimore for I think just a few months. They moved out of there, but she was still a baby. So that's why I just said she was born and raised in Farico because that's really where she did grow up. Is Farico?
Yeah.
Now, Farico. I'm gonna tell you something about Farico. You go to Farico and you go across the tracks, and you're not in Farico anymore. It's like. That's it. It's you made it through Farico. Congratulations. You went down there. He's on one side of the tracks, and there was some streets, and there's a street and houses, a couple of houses. You went on the other side of the track, and there's a street and a couple of houses, and you're out of Farico. That's about
I wanted to ask you, Joey. I had a question. I saw the NFL changed its kicking stuff rules. Did you read anything about that? I'll explain it to you. So check it out. They kick like where they always kicked, but the kicker has to have 10 other players up 5 yards away from the receiving team. And they can have 9 players there and 2 returning. Now, if it's kicked in the end zone, they get it on the 20-yard line. If you kick it in this like little red zone area, the returner has to return it. But they can't run up. It's like everything's starting 5 yards off. So there's not going to be that huge impact. Now, I don't see how you could do onside kicks. And my big question is college football going to follow suit?
So you're saying when you kick it off, if it lands on the 1 yard line, and the team catches it on the 1 yard line, they have to return it.
They have to return it.
They can't just
from the 20 to the 1 yard line. They have to field it and return it. There's no waving it off. You have to return it.
No, so they can't call fair catch anymore.
No.
But what happened to player safety? I thought that was the whole reason for that fair catch was player safety.
That's why they can't start running until that ball is caught. So as soon as that ball is caught, those players that are 5 yards over from the defensive player, that's when they can start running.
Oh, okay. That's what you're saying.
It's like XFL. It's like if you Googles it, you can see that it's there's some demonstrations, and I don't know if it's computer generated or if they're actors, but it shows what they're doing. I read it like 3 times.
There's a reason I don't watch NFL football, and that kind of pretty much tells me why. Right there, that just seems stupid.
They're gonna, to me. Next thing you know, they're gonna be wearing thongs and lingerie. Oh, they tried that already.
I watched that on YouTube. I enjoy watching them women play football in their.
Me too. Where did they learn? I mean, some of them can really toss the pigskin.
I know.
And they fill out those uniforms very, very nicely. Yeah, but I don't think they have that. I think 2018 is the last year they had the lingerie bowl. Now they changed to something else. But doesn't 2018 seem like a lifetime ago with the way things are different?
Yeah.
It does.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I'm an old man. Yesterday, my wife and I were watching a show the other night, and it was like products. If you're a senior citizen, products you'll remember, right? And they start showing these products, and I'm like, yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
What products
and
were they?
I look at it, and it's like it came out in 1972, and you used this on your hair, and I'm like, hey, I remember that. We used that on our hair, and I think to myself, wow, it just seems like yesterday. Seems like yesterday was 1972 and I was using that product, or 1969 and I was using that product. Seems like yesterday. I'm sure it does to Kelly too. I think Kelly's my age and stuff. So you watch these things and they've got all these products and things that happened back in 60s, 70s. I love trivia, right? I do trivia. Everybody knows this. I love trivia, and I do these trivia channels and stuff. Well, one thing that I love is senior citizen trivia. I can get them all right. I just don't miss any. It's like, it's crazy. I can get on here and watch senior citizen trivia, and it's all questions from back in the 60s and 70s and some 50s in there. I may not know those, but I do know the 60s and 70s questions. And I'm like, wow, hey, I like that. You know, I can I know all these answers. Where you, on the other hand, you wouldn't have a clue what the answers were to some of these questions. And I'm like, makes you feel good. Now, when we get to 2000. Here's my problem. That's my weakness. 2000 from year 2000 till today, I'm dumb as hell when it comes to that.
You can blame your wife on that. She's kept you in like a pop culture bubble. You don't have to go out there and know what's up. But Kelly said he's 54, and he did see Roadhouse. And so here's the thing. There is like the Swayze Roadhouse, which is just like a 10. But there's two Roadhouses. There's the HBO Roadhouse and the TBS Roadhouse. Totally come across different based on the adult content. So, when you watch the TBS Roadhouse a couple times and then watch the HBO Roadhouse, it's like, whoa, it just blows you away. And then Jake Gyllenhaal just did this one that came out a couple weeks ago, and he looks like $1 million. He's all jacked and he fights Conor McGregor. Now the fight scenes are a little over the top. It's like, it would be like an 80s wrestler. They use the finishing move as a finishing move, but these jagoffs are doing a finishing move and another finishing move and another finishing move. So it gets kind of like, it's like an alligator fighting a gorilla that's fighting a giant lizard, that's fighting a crocodile, that's fighting a shark. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But it was good up until they were fighting,
I like it must have been Tim, because Kelly says he's 54, so it must be Tim that's my age and stuff. I think Tim may be older.
Tim Green?
Yeah. But he said Kelly says he's watched both the CBS and HBO Roadhouse.
And then there's a new one on Prime. Amazon Prime.
What's your favorite series? What's your favorite series as far as I don't know? So
what's on now?
Favorite series overall. Well, not necessarily what's on now. It could be anything. So I've got like comedy. You ask me, I think Big Bang Theory is probably the best series of comedy. I liked it a lot better than I did Jerry Seinfeld any day. I liked Big Bang Theory. I liked. But now, when you're talking like other things, crime dramas or whatever you want to call it, I love Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Man,
Better Call Saul is really good.
Yeah,
Better Call Saul's good.
Really good. I love Breaking Bad.
Man,
it's
that's
my
a
favorite.
hard one.
It's better than Better Call Saul. So,
Yeah, Breaking Bad's pretty good.
I just wondered.
There was a series called Godless that was pretty good, and then there was a series that's like blows your mind. It's just when you find out what it's about, you just like get sick to your stomach. It's called The Englishman, and it's this girl in the West meets this Indian, and they go on an adventure. And I'm not going to ruin it for you, Joey, but if you watch it, it just cuts you out under your knees. It just makes you kind of like, it's so good. It's the best thing I've seen in 10 years.
And it's called Godless. Is it on Netflix?
Well, there's Godless, and then there's The Englishman, and The Englishman is probably my favorite. And The Englishman is on one of those like Netflix or Amazon, or you have to look up where it's at, because you know how kind of rotate around.
Yeah, I'll check that out. But see, that's what I do a lot of times. I'm not one to sit and watch TV, even when I subscribe to cable. I didn't watch TV. I just didn't do it. If I did watch something, it was generally History Channel, like Pawn Stars or
this is like historical, and you can kind of like watch at least an episode and a half or 2 episodes, then wait a week and then watch another 1 or 2. I mean, you don't have to back to back, because your mind will just explode.
I'll have to catch up with that.
But I've been watching that Shogun, but there's too much damn reading. And then even when you're reading it, you don't know what they're talking about.
I know there's a show on Netflix that revolved around football, and I can't remember the name of it. I've not watched it yet. I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and I can't think what the name of it is. But it's a series revolves around football. And there was another one a few years back. Do you remember West Virginia got a few players out of that Mississippi
community college about the community college, and Will Greer was a coach, a quarterback's coach there, and Will Greer, your West Virginia buddy, got signed to the practice squad of the Patriots.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
good deal. Well,
I thought he was full-time coaching. Like he was.
Maybe he can make a comeback. He's a good quarterback. He
had a good head on his shoulders, a good arm, made good decisions. Yeah. I think he could translate. I don't know. Yeah. A lot of these quarterbacks don't, that are good college quarterbacks don't really cut it in the NFL.
I knew Geno Smith would. I knew he was a better quarterback than they were giving him credit for. His unfortunate thing is he got recruited by the worst team in the league, and that was the New York Jets.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Mountaineers.
No, he got recruited by New York Jets, worst team in the league, and it hurt him. It hurt him bad because he went out there and was playing what I thought was pretty good ball. He was throwing the ball pretty good. His receivers couldn't catch a damn thing, and they wasn't going after it. They would be intercepted and stuff like that, because they wouldn't finish routes. And he got the blame for it from the fan base. So therefore the coaches, cut him. But Smith was a lot better quarterback than people were giving him credit for it. And he's proven that now, isn't he? So I'm really happy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Pat White lasted longer than I thought he would. And he got, playing against the Steelers. I think it was a James Harrison. He got whacked pretty hard. And that was, but he's, Pat White's coaching now.
Yeah.
He's coaching.
Yeah, quite a few more players.
What YouTube stuff do you watch? I watched a show today about this guy that has a toy store. I don't know how I got to watching that, or it came up in my feed. It was interesting, but you have these grown ass men with all these toys, and then they go and they sell it, and then they sing the blues because they're getting pennies on the dollar on Star Wars collectibles from 10 years ago. And it was interesting for me. It made me kind of chuckle, but I don't know. You're going to start a trivia show? Are you going to start a trivia show?
I am going to start a trivia channel. Me and Traveling Fools are going to start it.
Yeah.
Over there. It's going to be a sidekick to his network, his Traveling Fools network. We're going to turn that back into mainly just travel talk and travel videos. We've been doing.
I don't want any. Thank you.
On there for a while.
Man, I was trying to pawn food on me,
and it's really starting to grow. But yeah, there's a lot of things I watch. I watch controversial cruising. I watch John the Liquidator. I mean, I don't watch them all. I watch Nitro Freak, 365 Sports, Go Power Cat, you know, Big 12, it's Voice of College Football, obviously. I watch all the Voice of College Football networks, which there's
Yep.
18 of those. You know, I watch other things too. Y-Files. Y-Files is one of my favorite shows on YouTube. The Y-Files. I have absolutely nothing to do with that channel at all. But I'll promote him everywhere because I think Y-Files. I think AJ over there does a fantastic job with that show. He's got a great group of producers,
Mm-hmm.
and they do amazing work. So the Y-Files is the best channel on YouTube. Bottom line, period. And I even put it up against anything that I work with, any of these channels. I love the Y-Files. Not saying that other channels aren't good because they are, but I'm just saying this is like a very well produced show and a very professional show with some great information. So everybody should watch Y-Files. I highly recommend it. He grew 365,000 subscribers in 1 month. How good the guy. Y-Files. Right?
Wi-Fi.
So he has
Y-Files.
millions now. Y-Files. WHYFILES. And he has
Look that up.
millions of subscribers now, but he was growing at the rate of 385,000 a month. Guys, this guy is good. So yeah,
And what's he talk
that's
about?
anything. Oh man, you know something? There's a thing on there, and this is what got me started really watching him. I always watched him and stuff and liked him, but he did a show on the Count of Saint Germain. Anybody know who the Count of Saint Germain was? All right, so the Count of Saint Germain is supposedly this guy that lived for hundreds and hundreds of years. Supposedly, he was there at the time of Christ, and Christ told him that he had to walk the earth for all of his life because he wouldn't help Christ. He told Christ to get up. He was carrying his cross. Remember when Christ was carrying his cross, he fell down to the knee, and someone approached him and told him to get up and get going. But he was condemned to walk the earth for all the time. So the Count
That
of
wasn't very
Saint Germain,
Christian.
the Count of Saint Germain is supposedly that guy, and so he's been at there. There's been eyewitness accounts of him all over the place through
Oh my
time.
gosh, I'm gonna watch that.
From Marie Curie to Cleopatra to all the way up through Leonardo da Vinci. You know, there's just been, and he was even at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, supposedly. Calmed the fight down between our forefathers and stuff, and got them settled down and steered
The
in the right
Count
direction.
of Saint Germain.
Right now, there are some counteracts. This is where you got to watch Y-Files, and you'll love the way he approaches this subject. You've got to watch it. It's called The Count of Saint Germain with the Y-Files. I highly recommend everybody watch that series. It's really, really good. But
I just watched a guy called the Shitty Electrician or something, and he just talks about like badass combat vets. Like he talked about Chin Lee, which he was a Annapolis grad that won all these gold medals for shooting, but couldn't pass the vision test, but he could shoot distance. And then he was an admiral in World War II and taught, the battleship gunnery teams how to fire and made an equation with the curvature of the earth into the equation. And then the battleship accuracy got really accurate after that. And, just a really cool story about that. But Fat Electrician, I think that's the guy's name. Fat Electrician. He tells all kinds of great stories.
I'm gonna post that link right there.
Good. Count of Saint Germain.
Y-Files, Part 1. There's the link to it. And you can
watch that.
You'll be able to find Part 2 right after that pretty easy.
That's awesome.
But Part 1, I can tell you they're not long videos. I mean, I think Part 1 is 14 minutes and Part 2 is like 9 minutes. But there's so much information in there. The guy's amazing the way he does this. Another one, how about Ingrid Cold? A lot of people have probably heard of Ingrid Cold. He was an alien that landed right here in West Virginia, and a West Virginia farmer started going to his planet, supposedly. And that's Ingrid a good one on Y-Files. Ingrid Cold, that's a good one on Y-Files. So Ingrid Cold was an alien, supposedly alien being that came down, talked to a farmer right here in West Virginia. got on a spaceship. He wrote books about it. He was on interviews back in the 60s and 70s throughout time. And Ingrid Cole's probably one of the most documented UFO sightings ever. And so Y-Files did a series on that, or a show on that too. He covers some great topics. He covers conspiracies. He covers just like the Count of Saint Germain story. You know, he might cover a Bible story. He's covered giants. He's covered aliens. He's covered all that.
I'm all
But the
about
way
that
he
stuff.
does, the way his approach is absolutely amazing. This guy is a genius, and he is a genius. He calls himself
I
a
love
geek,
that
and he
stuff.
really is.
I
Yeah.
love like the Bigfoot Chronicles, you know, How to Hunt. That guy was a guide for 28
Yeah.
years in British Columbia. And he talks about like also David Politis, Missing 411, about all the people that go into national parks and just disappear. You know? It's
Yeah.
like going to a Pink Floyd concert and not coming back.
Excuse me.
But I'll tell you what, it's been a fun show tonight. I'm glad we could shoot the bull and talk about the webs, the interwebs, and what you're watching on YouTube's.
Well, I've got though, you know, we've got these characters we want to play, right? And I really do want to play my character. I just don't. I don't have the right stuff to do it tonight, so I didn't play my character tonight. But no, I'm gonna tell you right now. We come back to do these shows next week. I'm gonna play my character. We're gonna have some fun with this show. I think. I don't. You know, I'm not. I want to talk college football, of course, but at the same time, I don't want to talk college football because I do it.
I don't either.
Friggin' day long. It's all I get to do.
Yeah.
Is college football, and I want to have some fun. And people don't.
Interwebs.
People don't
The
know the real-
interwebs. What I mean, stuff pops up like TikTok dances. I mean, I
people
can't.
don't know the real me. You got to understand.
Yeah.
I'm actually a funny guy. I'm really a lot of fun. If you got to be with me and you got to go out with me, you would see that. Damn, Joey's a jokester. He's a lot of fun, and I'm a character. I like to nitpick and have fun and talk about things, and that. So you will see a different Joey on this channel. I know you haven't seen it yet, and I've been saying that for a few weeks. I'm going to get my stuff that I need, and you're going to see the different Joey Foster. Hey, it might be the real Joey Foster. I don't know which one is going to be the real one and which one's the fake one, really, because the real me is kind of just a joking, fun-hearted, and kind guy that would do anything for just about anybody. But at the same time, not take no bullshit from you and knock you in the face if I have to. What you got,
Look
man?
what Nana brought me. Joey, look what Nana brought me.
Is that a cake and with strawberries and blueberries and stuff on it?
Yeah, she ate half of it. Yeah.
So, is it your birthday?
No. I think she's on a cake diet.
Oh.
Sam's Club chickens and Sam's Club cakes.
You know what I did the other night? And it's not that they're great. I'd rather go and I'd rather make a homemade apple pie. But I got in the mood the other night for apple pie a la mode. And so went out and I went to the freezer to get an apple pie, just a frozen apple pie. I was going to bake it. And they didn't have any that I really trusted. But I seen the banquet little pot pies, apple pies. Have you seen those? A little banquet pot pie apple pies?
No.
I bought me one of those, stuck in the microwave, put some ice cream over it. Hey, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't as good as a homemade apple pie with the ice cream, but it was still okay.
You know what pie that's hotter than lava? McDonald's apple pies.
Oh God, yes.
You could take a bite of that and your testicles will burn.
Yeah, and then you what's amazing is one night, this is no lie, one evening about I guess 7 o'clock, I went in McDonald's to order something to eat, and the lady said, "You want an apple pie? It's on the house." And I said, "Yeah." She said, "We've had them made all day. We just haven't sold any apple pies, so I'll give you 2 of them." And so she gave me 2 of them. Because they were going to throw them out anyway.
Yeah.
But she gave me 2 of them because I've been sitting there all day. That damn thing was still red hot. I mean, it was just, I don't know where the hell. It's like they keep them in an oven and they don't bake. And get it.
Yeah, they keep between the devil's butt cheeks because those things are toasty.
Yeah, it was still good. There wasn't nothing wrong with it. And this was 6, 7 o'clock in the afternoon. She said it had been made all day long.
Yeah.
They just hadn't sold any. It was good, though. I took it.
Yeah. Yeah, Krispy Kremes, they throw those out. You know, you roll through there about right before they close and do the little donut dance, and they'll throw the donuts and just like make it rain donuts, bitch.
Yeah, around here, it's Dunkin' Donuts and
Dunkin' screwed the pooch. They don't make like the apple filled donuts, and you have to go over the border into Ohio, like Niles, Ohio, and I call that the contraband Dunkin' Donuts because they actually have like apple filled, and the cinnamon powder sugar mix.
Yeah,
you can only get like white powdered sugar. You can't get the cinnamon ones, and it's just like. Why would you like only have 4 kinds of donuts at Dunkin' Donuts and 500 coffees?
Yeah, I know it. That's what kills me too. It's like they want to become Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
They want to offer all these coffees and just a few treats on the side. And I want my Dunkin' Donuts back. I'm gonna go in there and get me a dozen donuts and know that I can mix and match and get a dozen different ones if I want to.
Yeah, guys, if you want a photo shoot and want Joey and Punksy Pete to do some modeling for you, we will proudly be a representative and you can sponsor us you can pay us with donuts even.
Hell yeah, I'll take donuts.
Donuts or pastries.
Hey, we'll have a damn banner. We'll have a damn banner for Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts or whoever it is that supplies us in donuts. Just put a big ass banner up here for you.
I'd be donuts.
I'd be like the donuts. We'll even rename it the Krispy Kreme Donut Stream if we wanted
to. When gas went up in price when I was with my old lady, she would just give me money for gas. And when gas start going up, I start having to dance a little bit, to get that money. When it went up to $3, I started having to, doing like a little bit of grinding. And I'll tell you what, if it went above $4 for gas, I was afraid I was going to start having to do that. You know what I mean? Because got to work for it, but I'll work for my donuts.
Well, I'm going to get out of here. I think I'm going to get out of here and
I'm about on my second Mountain Dew Baja Blast, and it's almost 10 o'clock, and that's not good for nighttime. But good night, everybody. Thanks for joining Joey and me. And Shane might be back next week. I don't know. He's lazy. But this is Punksy Pete. Joey, good night.
Everybody have a great night. Good night, brother.